Welcome, everyone. I am from Career City College, and today I'm going to take you through the first artificial intelligence workshop session for people who are not currently our students. So, this will give you a very good insight on how we use artificial intelligence training and tools to make our students more efficient. And that's the main reason why we get so much good feedback from our employers that their student, after graduating from Career City College, they are really efficient as compared to maybe the other people who graduate from other colleges, which are not doing artificial intelligence workshops. So, the importance of this workshop is that I will explain everything in such a way that you will start feeling that artificial intelligence is not something of a distant reality for you, or this is not something so difficult that we cannot use. So, throughout this workshop, I will take you through different steps and different inroads into the concepts, which will make you very comfortable with using AI in your day to day life. So, let's start. This is our beautiful Kelowna. And I want to acknowledge that Career City College respectfully acknowledges that our Kelowna campus is located on the traditional and unceded territory of the Silk Okanagan people. My name is Gaurav Sharma, and I am the campus director at Career City College's Kelowna campus. I am also the founder of ClassRide.com, which is an amazing college management system which uses AI for many of its modules. I also am a consulting board member for 7 innovative AI applications, which are undergoing seed funding and a level 2 funding with a lot of venture capitalists. I have been using ChatGPT since the day it was launched, and I have seen it grow to the way it is right now, which is like it can pretty much do anything that you expect your good friend or assistant to do, and a lot more. I'm also in charge of a lot of compliance and operational efficiency to improve different operations in offices and in institutions to make them utilize their time in a better way. So we will spend about 10 minutes on introduction to AI, some basic concepts, which will give you a very good understanding of the words that we are going to use later, so you would know exactly what I'm talking about. The next 5 minutes we will spend on machine learning, because that is a very important component of any AI. And you just need to be aware of what the terms are so that you would know what exactly machine learning is or when somebody else is talking about it. And we will spend most of our time with seeing how ChatGPT can be your best friend forever. That means it can pretty much, you can rely on ChatGPT to improve on your current tasks or maybe help you understand certain concepts that you were afraid to ask anybody else. And of course, we will have the last 10 minutes for Q&A. I will open the mic and you can actually type your questions in the chat box as well while this presentation is going on. All right, so what is AI? The big question. Well, artificial intelligence is a set of computers which have been fed with a lot of data and a lot of intelligence predefined. And also, that data is organized in such a way that it's very close to the world that we live in. So it can be anything that you're looking for, but you don't have knowledge about. So artificial intelligence will basically understand your question, it will fetch that data and give you the right answer. Yeah, it's like having a super smart computer or a robot. And the best part is that it can learn on its own, just like our brain. It has different neural networks that we have developed, and that is what makes it so intelligent that it can actually see all the data which is floating around the internet, verify that data is from authentic sources, and learn from everything that it has access to. For example, ChatGPT, again, we'll talk more about that later. Alexa, Siri, Google Assistant, all these use artificial intelligence to understand your way of talking to the computer or to the web and giving you the answers. Now, there are primarily 2 types of AI. Narrow AI, that's like an intelligence or a program created for specific tasks only, which has a limited application like games and chess or aircraft maneuvering simulations. So those are narrow AI. And general AI is actually the more difficult and a more sophisticated one because it understands theoretical concepts and practical applications, combines them together, and we are still developing it to become more and more efficient and more close to the way a human would behave. So these are the 2 key areas of AI, types of AI. Now, AI can have a lot of applications like for example, retail, healthcare, transportation, like self-driving cars from Tesla or any other manufacturer. AI has a lot of roles in entertainment, in modifying the scenes which have been shot once, but there are a few errors in that scene, and that whole situation cannot be recreated again. So AI can modify and correct those discrepancies in the scene and many other things. It can generate music these days and a lot of other uses in entertainment. Customer support, yes. AI plays a very important role. Whenever you go to a website and you are typing and suddenly there's a system which is answering your questions even without human intervention, that's AI for you. And in finance, it's actually a very, very strong domain as well. We have special workshops for our students also, in which we explain how AI can be used in financial reporting and analytics in many ways. So it can detect fraud in the stock market and a lot of other things that it can do. Well, why AI is so booming right now is because of different factors. I'll go through them very quickly. Well, there's a lot of data now available on the internet. Computers are really powerful, and the kind of programming languages that we're using to create AI applications are very well sophisticated now. So we don't have to write thousands and thousands or millions of codes just to make AI possible. It kind of writes its code on its own sometimes. And yes, there are a lot of additional tools that people are developing to help more and more innovation again. I guess industries now have agreed to the fact that AI is not something to be afraid of. It is something to be cherished and improved and made even more and more useful. And there are so many startups and entrepreneurs who initially had an idea but didn't know how to execute it. And now they are full of ideas, full of tools. And so that's a great combination for creating a lot of startups. Yes, there are ethical concerns with AI, but it is as with every other tool. Of course, anything that we develop, we need to take consent if we are doing something commercially. And of course, we need to protect privacy. We have to go with our general ethics that we use for any other tool. And there are legal implications and also legal support for people who have been wronged or scammed using AI. So there is a system in place. Okay, so these are the big words that, a lot of nerds who are in AI use. So AI, as you know, is artificial intelligence. ML is machine learning. That means you program something and an actual computer or a robot or a machine does something based on what your instructions have been. And it also adapts itself according to its own intelligence. Deep learning is what we are seeing right now, where it goes so deep in the concept and application that it becomes self-reliant. And that is the most amazing thing that we have, especially in medical, like operations and surgeries, where sometimes the doctors cannot analyze the data so quickly. They have to send the result back to the lab. So now, when somebody says, oh yeah, I'm an ML expert, it means they know machine learning. That involves programming or development that controls the machines. In machine learning, you have data collection, pre-processing. I won't delve into all of these, but it's a deeper concept mostly for developers. We are launching a lot of IT, networking, AI, and data science programs very soon. This will go much deeper into this concept. It's like training a super child who is ready and excited to learn everything that you want to explain. And then as the child grows, it develops even further understanding and becomes more and more efficient and helps you in every way. Okay, so let's see how ChatGPT can help you in your day-to-day activities and how you can use ChatGPT in such a way that actually empowers you to either start your own business or create content for something that you've been working on. Write a book, write a poem, write a song. If you are a songwriter and you want more innovative ideas or you want to give your idea to ChatGPT and get feedback, all those things you can do. If you are working in an office and your boss or your organization tells you that you have to create a very quick memo or very quick documentation and you have a lot of other work, you don't want to spend time on that. Well, you can explain the situation to ChatGPT and it'll create. You'll be amazed at what ChatGPT can do. So let's start. First of all, you all need to know what the full form of ChatGPT is. ChatGPT stands for Chat Generative Pre-trained Transformer, not like the movie Transformers, which I wish it was. That would be really cool. But it does transform your instructions or the way you explain into its own understandable language, and then it interprets its language into yours. That's what it is. Of course, your ability to engage in a conversational interaction. That's why it's chat generative. That means it can generate text and graphics based on input. It's pre-trained. That means it has a huge set of data which it has access to. And it's not just giving you a response based on guesses. It's actually backed up by a lot of data that it has. And it is a type of transformer in the sense that it transforms your language into its own and then its language into yours. So that communication between you and ChatGPT can be amazing and seamless. All right. And there is no psychic oracle or anybody working in the background trying to capture your way of thinking. It is simply a machine which is pre-programmed. So you don't need to be scared of ChatGPT. It's not going to come out of the monitor and put a spell on you or something. So it is exciting, and it is something to be very, very comfortable with. You don't have to worry about it. Well, it's a language model. That means the creators of ChatGPT have created a huge language model for it to communicate and understand. So, for example, English. Well, English is a language model. So everything that goes on in the world can be explained and understood in the language English. Similarly, we have created a language for machines in which they can communicate with humans in the way that we understand best. And right now, only 0.2% of the world's population is using AI to its full potential. So that means over the coming period of time, they're going to make it so easy to use that everyone would actually want to adopt this AI tool into their lives. So that's the whole focus. How to get started? Very easy. The parent company of ChatGPT is OpenAI. So when you go into your browsers, you just need to type chat.openai.com. Well, when you type chat.openai.com, it kind of brings this kind of a screen where it asks you to either log in or sign up. It actually requires you to create an account, and it's free. So for certain types of users, it is absolutely free. You don't have to pay anything. But when you go and try to use it more professionally, yes, it's actually pretty inexpensive. It's pretty affordable. So you go to that website and you click on sign up. You can use your Google login or Gmail login or any other single sign-on to log in. Well, it has two plans. So one plan is free, which is absolutely like you can keep using this plan as long as you want. There's no restriction on this. The only restriction is that it's not that intelligent and that complex in your responses. So the quality of responses will not be as amazing and as thought of, as much as the plus version or the paid version. And it has limited access to the latest version. So why do we need the latest version? Because the latest version, that is ChatGPT 4.0, actually has the ability to go online and search for the content that you're looking for in real time and then give you responses. An upgrade, well, it's just $20 a month in case you want to create your own business, or you want to go into the gig economy, like you want to go on websites like Fiverr or Upwork and become a freelance content developer. Or if you, for example, we explain to our students how they can use whatever they have learned in our AI workshops and create their own small business apart from doing the job. So a lot of our digital marketing students, will have more knowledge about the gig economy as they progress during the course. Okay, so every ChatGPT model has a small prompt box. We'll see what a prompt is, and it is the most important factor in AI, that is the prompt. So it has a way to just type in, just like your WhatsApp or any other application that you're using, it has a small way to put your input and what you want to say. So similarly, whatever you want to tell ChatGPT to do, that is called a prompt. What is prompting? Well, it's a very simple process that you are giving instructions to the machine or to the computer to do something for you. Now, how important is this? Because, for example, if you tell someone, bring me that book, the person would ask me, okay, which book, right? So then you say, all right, bring me a book in accounting and bookkeeping. So then it will ask you, oh, do you want me to bring any book or any specific book? Then I would say, oh yeah, you bring me the second version of McGraw-Hill on accounting and bookkeeping. So then the person would say, well, why didn't you say so in the first place? So that's the same way a prompt is. So what I'm going to explain to you is that this is where people are either not using AI properly or they are using AI to its full potential. So either you can be a person who just uses AI for small things and some things which are just for fun's sake, or you could be a person who uses AI to maybe open more avenues of earnings for you, maybe more avenues where your expertise is valued more, when you are giving an interview, for example. So it can be a value addition. So your knowledge and understanding of how well you can write a prompt, that will define what is the level at which you can use ChatGPT. Before we jump right into the actual usage, what are the key elements of a prompt? So prompt is something that you write to give instructions or even discuss with ChatGPT. You can actually write or say something as well, so you don't need to actually write. If you're more comfortable telling ChatGPT verbally, there are tools available for that as well. So you just talk to ChatGPT, it will first create the response and then say that out loud. So clarity, context, that means what exactly is the context in which you want to apply that instruction. As many details as possible. It's better to just not be lazy while writing prompts. You should be very careful that the more information you give to ChatGPT, the better will be the response. And of course, the purpose. So you can define the purpose clearly. For accounting bookkeeping, we have a lot of specialized workshops, and we explain how different set of data can be converted into more meaningful reports. How you can ask ChatGPT about different formula that you can use in Excel or in your spreadsheet to accomplish the task that has been given to you. For example, if you're in your workplace, if you're given a task to reconcile a very complex document, well, actually, you can use ChatGPT. You can upload that document to ChatGPT. It will automatically understand what that document is, and it will give you ways to make your work more efficient or quicker turnaround time. If there are so many repetitive tasks you do again and again and again, let's say there is a list of first name and last name, and you have to create a column which has both first name and last name combined together, you can ask ChatGPT, I have this Excel sheet. I have first name in column A, last name in column B. Give me the formula to combine these two and make column C. So it will give you that formula, and then you can apply that. And, I have seen it's 99% correct. So it's important to remember that just like any human, ChatGPT can also be wrong sometimes, and you must carefully scan through answers before using it. And if you have any accounting queries, for example, if you want to manage your expenses, your household expenses. So what you can do is every time you spend something, just take a picture, keep the pictures on your phone, and then at the end of the month, just upload all your receipts. ChatGPT will automatically give you an expense report of your monthly expense. And then you can ask ChatGPT that if I were to reduce my debt a little bit, which one should I pay more? So it will automatically go and check the websites of the banks, check which bank is charging more interest from your, let's say, credit card bills. So it will actually tell you that, you pay this credit card first and then this later. So it is actually pretty intelligent in that way. And if you're like, while learning QuickBooks, the students can actually go and ask ChatGPT to explain QuickBooks in a much better way. Of course, our instructors are always available, but ChatGPT is just a support thing when you are just trying to learn more things all the time. Even after the program is done, you've graduated, ChatGPT will stay with you forever. As far as digital marketing is concerned, we go a long way in explaining to our students how they can use AI to create amazing content. Not only textual content, but a lot of graphics as well. So for example, you can create a social media post, you can generate search engine optimized friendly content. That means content which attracts the right kind of audience quickly, and also analyzing any market data or insight of what your competitors are doing. So for example, let's take an example of a prompt. So assume you are a digital marketing expert. Give me a list of well-researched keywords which I should select while setting up SEO in my Google Ads for my accounting and bookkeeping company in Kelowna, BC. So you see, when I wrote this prompt, I made sure I wanted to give good context. And also what I did was I actually started by something which is so amazing. It's called role-playing. Role-playing means you tell ChatGPT that you are a digital marketing expert, or you are my nutritionist, or you are my interviewer. So that means you explain to ChatGPT what role you want it to play for you. And then ChatGPT, what it does is, since you are now making it a digital marketing expert, it will open its access to all the expert data in digital marketing related to your field. Okay, so this is how ChatGPT screen looks like typically when you load it on a Chrome browser. It has the prompt area here. And if I don't want to type in the instructions and I just want to say, or I want it to capture whatever I'm saying and interpret it in terms of text on its own, then I can do that by pressing this blue microphone button or holding the space bar on my keyboard. So I'll give you a demonstration of that right now. So let me just say, use ChatGPT as my nutritionist, for example. Assume you are my nutritionist. I'm trying to give up eating meat. So, could you tell me what kind of diet should I have to replace the protein intake that I will be missing if I don't eat meat?
To replace the protein intake you're missing by giving up meat, you'll want to incorporate a variety of plant-based and animal-free protein sources into your diet. Here's a balanced approach tailored to your needs and preferences. High-protein plant-based foods include legumes, lentils, chickpeas, black beans,
So, I can always
and
stop it
peas.
if I don't want to listen to it. Another thing is that, when I want something to be read in a very natural tone, like the way ChatGPT voice was reading, I could write anything that I want to, you know, given the background of my presentation, and ChatGPT would speak the sentences or the narration in a very good way. So let's say I am not that confident about my voice quality and the way I deliver my presentation, but I'm really good in creating content and text and other things. I can always let ChatGPT's voice speak for it, and then I can record it and use that as a background voice for my presentations. That's really a cool feature that I found for people who are a little shy on using their own voice in the presentations. So now let me ask ChatGPT one more thing and let's see how it responds. Could you create a fiber-rich recipe which I can use on my daily meal as part of my brunch? So as you can see, it is creating the recipe as we are seeing right now. And I can try out these recipes, but of course, you have to make sure that you are, you know, giving it more and more details about things. For example, I could have said that I like salty recipes and I don't like anything sour in it. So it will customize the recipe according to the instructions that I give. So this is like for fun, you can use it for your day-to-day nutrition. Now let's talk about preparing for an interview. For example, the first prompt I mentioned was about preparing for an interview for the position of campus director. It provided me with all the details about the role of a campus director, how to prepare for the questions, what to wear, and it delved into quite a lot of detail. Then, I asked for some difficult questions, which required me to use the STAR method to respond. Often, our students go out for interviews, and they clear these interviews because they've prepared using ChatGPT or AI for a mock interview beforehand, which plays a key role in giving them an edge over other candidates. If you're already prepared and have a smart interviewer asking you the right questions and analyzing your responses, it's like having a very good friend in a high HR position guiding you on what kind of questions are relevant to the job you're applying for and how you should address them. So now these are very simple questions. Describe a time when you had to make a difficult decision that was unpopular with staff or students. How did you ensure the decision was implemented effectively? These are very high quality questions, which maybe no one can guide you on unless they've actually participated in these or been part of those processes. And you might not have access to those kinds of people. But ChatGPT can be that guide for you. It'll also explain the STAR method well, where you are given a situation and a task. You need to explain the task, the action you took, and the result achieved. This can also be used to improve someone's resume. Let me give you another example regarding digital marketing. The same prompt that I used in the presentation. Assume you're a digital marketing expert. Give me a list of well-researched keywords which I should select while setting up SEO for my accounting and bookkeeping company in Kelowna, BC. It provided me with so much information: local keywords, service-specific keywords, industry-specific keywords, competitor keywords, the keywords that your competitors are using, and of course the long-tail keywords, which are more like phrases, branded keywords, geo-targeted keywords. So basically, you ask one simple question, and it took that question so seriously that it ensured the information you received was absolutely complete. Now imagine how powerful your decisions will be. how impactful your strategies will be when you have this kind of guide telling you all the information, allowing you to make the right decisions based on all the data you receive. Okay, now I take it one step further, and this is what our specialized workshops will be like. We will take our students through the whole process of getting everything done and completed using ChatGPT. For example, now create a blog post that will attract readers to visit my website. For example, altogethertax.com. I will post this article just before the tax season so that people looking for tax consultants get highly motivated to contact me. I will offer a 30% discount on all services for people who reference this blog post. So that means I am explaining everything to ChatGPT the way I would explain to an expert who is listening to me. And I know that I want to get the best out of their time. That's what your understanding and attitude should be when you're writing a prompt. You want to make the best out of the time you're spending with ChatGPT and give it all the relevant things in the prompt. It actually created the whole blog for me. And this is something which, an article, you can just place this article on your website or in any of the marketing blog post websites for advertising. Now, I wasn't entirely satisfied with this blog post, so I said, please add some high quality emojis and make the keywords bold for readers who want to skim quickly. Also, add some call to action links and add some value addition information for readers. So I'm trying to make my blog post so informative and so exciting for the viewers that it's not just a dull set of text. Then it added the emojis and also highlighted the keywords wherever they are. So maximum refund, for example. So if anybody is quickly going through this blog post or article, they will actually focus on the keywords. And it also provided a link that you can click and it will take you to the website. And then the last thing is I said, make a graphic of a tax consultant helping a client get a refund from the CRA. So ChatGPT can generate graphics. This is the graphic that ChatGPT generated. I can use this as a picture in my blog post. So you can imagine ChatGPT is not just about text. It is about text, graphics, and very soon videos. This is a very good example that a digital marketing certificate student would use, or even we go a lot more in depth for our digital marketing certificate to do more on reporting and analysis and all those things. But this is a very good example for you to see how we use ChatGPT to explain to our students how they can enhance their learning in a way that is more relevant to the industry these days. Okay, what you'd be able to imagine, oh, what am I talking about when I say example prompt? So now you saw that starting from this, I kept building it up more and more, and then finally got my final blog post or article as well as my graphic to support that article. Office admin work can be really messy sometimes when you have a lot of multitasking to do. All the students who are joining our office administration program and now who will be attending the dedicated workshops, we will include, various activities that they can use to improve their efficiency in the office for a lot of things that they can automate as well. So we will be using a lot of tools, not just ChatGPT, but a lot of other tools. For example, there is a tool which is taking notes right now as I'm speaking, so I don't have to take notes during a meeting. And then it will explain to me how those notes should be organized based on the times that I have. For example, I told my boss that, okay, I will do this on this date at this time. That means my AI is listening and it is making sure that I get a chronological order of everything that I have committed to my boss so that, I shouldn't have to write it again and again. Then we explain our human resource certificate students how to use AI for various things like while recruiting, while screening resumes of people, while creating job postings. So how to create multiple job postings for different complex roles, which require a lot of data. That means what percentage of growth was there when you were working at your previous organization? How do you define that percentage? How do you break that? So a lot of technical things that are taught, how to use employee engagement. So you can have, if you're having an event, you can ask ChatGPT to create a game for your corporate, for your employees. And you can play that game, and it'll give you instructions. It'll give you all the printouts and like what to print. It'll create Word documents, PowerPoint presentations for you to use in that icebreaker. Analytically, ChatGPT can do much faster reporting and analytics of your data. So I don't even have to type anything. I just take a picture of my current data, upload it on ChatGPT. It automatically analyzes. So, and yeah, and policy development. So it goes research, what are the prevailing policies in your province? And it will suggest any changes in your policies. So this graphic I created using ChatGPT. It took 3 or 4 times. So it gave me something first. I wasn't satisfied. I improved on it further based on my prompts. And finally, I had this graphic. So presentation graphics or posts or anything that you want to create, you can just imagine and type what you're imagining and it will create it for you. And of course, it will improve whatever graphics you already have. So if you have a picture, you can upload that and it'll say, okay, please create my LinkedIn profile or something, profile picture. So it'll improve and create that as well. And the graphics it creates are really high quality in all respects, interpreting data and pictures. Well, you can, as I told you, just pick up all your receipts and take a picture, upload in ChatGPT, and it'll make a table of all your expenses and calculate everything for you. So it can be pretty amazing in that respect. In our Excel workshop, AI workshop, where you get more and more comfortable. So people are scared of Excel a lot of times. This will help them in learning how to use Excel in a better way. And as I explained, web content creation, it's something which we use for ChatGPT. Resume writing, again, very important. And the best part is you can actually make ChatGPT your interviewer. It will keep asking you questions and you can keep replying. You can use that as a mock interview. And it's really close to what your actual interview would be, actually. I've seen that in many students that I've mentored to take really high profile interviews for CEOs and many other vice president roles or bigger organizational complex roles. And they have come back to me saying that, yes, this has actually given us an edge over other candidates. So this is a game changer in your career development as well. And before I end this workshop, I'd like to give you a pro tip about using this amazing AI tool to its potential. You should learn how to update things in its memory so that it would remember who you are, your style of writing, your previous progress with tasks for which you use ChatGPT, and give you a well-customized response. Here's an example. Without memory. Last week, I started organizing the annual budget report. What's the next step? I'm not sure about your progress. Could you please provide more details about where you left off? Now with memory. Last week, I started organizing the annual budget report. What's the next step? You mentioned that you had completed the initial data collection and were beginning to categorize expenses. The next step would be to cross-verify the categorized expenses with departmental approvals and update any discrepancies before finalizing the draft for review. In this scenario, the version of ChatGPT with memory helps streamline the workflow by remembering the specific stage the user is at in their task, thus providing targeted advice based on previous interactions. This makes the assistant more effective in contexts where continuity and understanding of past interactions are crucial. And since you've been so patient throughout this workshop, here's another cool pro tip. Use the Explore GPT's option on the left menu to search for a wide variety of productivity tools, which will make you a power user of ChatGPT and all the amazing apps developed using its API. And if you feel ChatGPT is the BFF you always wanted and wished it was a real person, well, you might not have to wait too long. We are getting there. The future is closer than you think, so you better gear up for it. Exciting developments are just around the corner, and you won't want to miss what's coming. Thank you so much, all of you, for joining. I hope this workshop has given you more confidence in AI and using ChatGPT for your day-to-day activities. If you're interested in our programs, just scan this QR code and fill out the form. Our amazing career advisors will reach you and guide you on program for you. And what are the finance options available, like student funding from the government and province? They will guide you through the whole process. So thank you so much, everyone. And again, on behalf of Career City College, I thank you for attending this workshop.